Morning, another day, another real world test. Today we're doing it on the new Sony WH-1000XM5s. The names haven't gotten any better, but has the headphones? That's what we'll find out today while we explore. But first things first. Right now we're going to test these headphones in the loudest neighborhood in New York City by number of noise complaints. Dumbo, Brooklyn. Now if you've seen my videos before, this is actually where we tested the WF-1000X Mark IVs. I'm remembering already why that was a bad idea. Here we go. Coffee, check. And this is a place called Arabica. The percentage apparently is silent. Regardless, it's a coffee shop chain started by someone from Tokyo with a love for travel and coffee. I feel like some of us can relate to that. They ended up buying a coffee farm in Hawaii, became the sole exporter of a Japanese roasting machine, distributor of a popular espresso machine, and in 2014 opened the first Arabica in Kyoto. Since then, there are a ton of locations, but this is the only one in the United States so far. While we're here at this minimalistic coffee shop, let's talk about the equally minimalistic and also a Japanese import, the Sony WH-1000X Mark IVs. Now firstly, I really like the way they look. The bands are more narrow than the WH-1000X Mark IVs, but the cups are basically the same size. I do like that the new ones don't have any lines on the cups, and you'll also notice that there is no more NFC symbol on here either because NFC pairing was removed. Frankly, I never used it, and I don't think a lot of people did, so it makes sense that they got rid of it. And even on the inside, the proximity sensor, which both models still have for pausing and playing music when you remove and put on the headphones, is now hidden as well. Now all of that gives it a very clean look, in my opinion, and all of that I like. What I don't like is that it seems like Sony took a page from Apple on these headphones, and they don't fold now. The old ones, I could fold into a ball basically, and they would fit inside my backpack or luggage way easier. These, again, like the Apple AirPods Max headphones, go flat, but they still take up way more space. Now honestly, it might seem like a small thing, but it is this fact that on other headphones, including the Apple ones, that actually sometimes stops me from taking the headphones with me because I can't squeeze them into my already overpacked bag. So that's kind of annoying. We're filming something. This entire neighborhood is forever under construction. I'm sure that lends to the noise complaints. No trip to Dumbo is complete without observing all of the people in that famous spot all taking the same photo. Now I promise we're not here to work out. Don't worry. But this gym is a lot more than just a place to work out. It's probably one of the world's most famous boxing gyms. This is Gleason's gym, and boxing legends like Jake LaMotta, Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay was his name at that time, and Mike Tyson all trained here, and it was used as a set in plenty of movies as well, like Raging Bull and $1 Million Baby. Now it originally was in the Bronx and then Manhattan, and in 1987 it moved to this location in Dumbo. Now you can box here, obviously. They also have trainers, and you can even work out here on a monthly membership or even a day pass if you want. They also encourage people to come and just take photos and check it out. But as I just learned to take photos on a phone because I was using my camera at first and then was told I'd have to pay to do that, but switching the phone was fine. Still don't understand how that makes any difference in today's day and age, but sure. Now, it's a good thing that we're not working out in these headphones, as they come with a warning to not do that. They are not water resistant, so working out in them or walking in the rain is not a great idea. But that also goes for the XM4s, so there's no change there. The controls are also the same on the WH-1000X Mark IVs as the Mark IVs. You can double tap to pause and play, / answer or hang up on a call, swipe forward and back to change songs, up and down to change the volume, and tap and hold to launch Amazon's Assistant or Google's Assistant if you're on Android. You can also put your palm over the cup to temporarily turn on ambient mode so that you can talk with people, and it turns it back off once you remove your palm. We also have a button to switch between active noise canceling and ambient sound, which amplifies outside sounds using the microphones, and you can add custom actions to double tap and triple tapping this button as well. It's basically the same as the last model, but it says NC and AMB instead of custom, and it has 2 modes instead of 3.
Ambient sound control, noise cancelling.
Which I found kind of annoying on the XM4s because I only ever wanted ambient mode or noise cancelling. There's a mode in between that I don't really want, so I'm glad that that's been removed. Now, a difference that I noticed that is small, but I really appreciate, is the fact that the headphones aren't as chatty. Before, when you turn them on or off, you'll get a voice saying as much.
On.
Noise cancelling on and off, same.
Ambient sound.
It's small, but over time it gets annoying. The new headphones, however, now just play a mild tone for most things, so you know that they were changed. It just feels like a much more elegant way of handling this, in my opinion. Now, in the corresponding Sony headphones app, we have a ton of features, just like we did with the XM4s. You can control the level of outside sound that's brought in for the ambient mode. There's simultaneous connections to 2 different devices, which is actually super handy when you're connected to like your phone and a computer at the same time, for instance, and it lets you easily switch between them. There's even 360 audio settings if you have a way to play that type of audio, an equalizer that you can customize, a way to prioritize connection versus quality if you're in a place with a lot of interference, DSEE upscaling of audio to higher quality, and speak to chat, which notices when you're talking to turn on ambient sound in case you're having a conversation. And here's what happens when you talk with speak to chat on. Only downside is if you like to sing along to your music, and really who doesn't, right? So you might want to turn it off in that case. This is Grimaldi's, and it was started back in 1990 and became very popular over the years at their original location next door. They then moved to this location inside what was the first ever safety deposit bank in Brooklyn in 2011. Now, it's known for its very thin, crisp crust, simple style of pizza, and the fact that they only serve pies, no slices. Honestly, it feels kind of like a caricature of a pizza joint to me, with Frank Sinatra playing constantly and plenty of quote-unquote New York photos all over the place. But the pizza's good. I've already heard some samples of what these headphones sound like, at least to the best that I could. Of course, when you want a train to go by, it doesn't. But some of my own opinions are that they do block out more sound than the XM4s. So it's like passive noise canceling or isolation, basically. And that is just because of the way the cups and pads and maybe even the headband pushes them against your ears. It creates just a better seal to block out other sounds. Now also, I'm not a big audiophile personally, but I can tell that they sound a little better than the XM4s. It's not a huge difference, but again, as not an audiophile, I can tell. As for active noise canceling, it seems a little better than the XM4s. And by that I mean I think I hear less of the outside world by a bit. Okay, back at home. And while we're here, I want to test one last thing, because I feel like this is probably the proper place to test it, honestly, which is, what do the microphones sound like for phone calls and Zoom thingies and all that other fun stuff that, well, a lot of people are still doing from home, or at least from an office. And my apartment is actually pretty quiet, so let's turn on the air conditioning to get some common noise going. Hey, set the living room thermostat to 70 degrees.
Sure, setting the living room to 70 degrees.
And first, here is what the voice memos app on my phone just sounds like normally. This is an iPhone 13 Pro. And now, here's what the Sony WH-1000X Mark Vs sound like. And now, here's the Sony WH-1000X Mark IVs. And now, for the Apple AirPods Maxes and what those sound like. So basically, the XM5s improve on the XM4s in basically every way. From the way that they look, I think, to the sound quality, to the ANC, to the battery life, even the charging speeds, and also I even feel like they're more responsive, like they're faster when you use the controls. So the only downsides to me are the portability, I really wish that they folded, and the price, as their price is $50 more than the original starting price of the Mark IVs. So they're $400 instead of $350. But the bigger issue for them is the fact that now that they're out, the Mark IVs are a lot cheaper than even that. And so the question becomes, are the Mark Vs that much better than the Mark IVs? And do you care about the folding? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Which one would you choose? Also, what did you think of my weird little format that I do? Always appreciate your feedback and just hearing from you guys in general. If you did like this video though, please subscribe and ding the bell next to the word subscribe so you get notified when I do new videos. As always though, regardless, thanks for watching. It was a mistake to put myself by the door to the coffee shop. But on the other side, there's a generator. And now a siren's happening. I forgot how loud this neighborhood actually was. And how not good that is for filming. Great for testing, noise canceling. Bad for filming. It's gonna be a long day. And while we're here at this minimalist designed coffee shop, someone just turned on a drill. And also a Japanese. Forgot about the train that's here. Right there, actually. Good neighbor to film. Which I like. Truck. Another truck. Louder truck. Something's wrong with that truck. Ooh. Oh. And now a helicopter. Dumbo living up to its reputation.